Hello. So, today is more of a random little video thing. I'll probably film another one in a little bit, but mostly today is going to be spent reorganizing my shelves again because I have to do something, and also I need to reorganize again anyway because what I have to show you is the books that I mentioned in my panicked book buying thing. I think I mentioned that I panic bought a bunch of things on Book Outlet. They were on sale, so I don't feel 100% terrible about it, but okay. So I figured I could just do a little, I guess, a haul of what I picked up. So, this first one, I am a huge fan of Back to the Future. I have been for pretty much my entire life. I have this little doodad chilling out on my bookshelf. My brother gave me. But yeah, so huge fan. And I found this on Book Outlet. Apparently, there are comic book adventures in the expanded universe of Back to the Future. I'm very jazzed about this. Look at Doc's face. It's great. And I don't know. It looks really cool. I'm very excited about anything related to this, pretty much. But yeah. So that's cool thing number one. Cool thing number two, I decided to pick up They Call This Enemy by George Takei. If you don't know George Takei, let me see, is there a picture of him in here? He is that dude. The oh my dude who was on Star Trek. So this is about his childhood when he was his family was forced to go into the Japanese internment camps during World War II. This is a graphic novelization of that experience, and I've been kind of wanting to read this for a while. So when I saw it on Book Outlet, I decided this was the perfect time to grab it, especially with everything that is currently kind of happening surrounding the virus and everything. I thought this is kind of appropriate because we need to remember that, no matter what wrong thing happens in the world, you can't just blame a group of people on it about it, because that's just, it's stupid. So yeah, I got that. Then I also picked up The Adventure Zone. I'm a big McElroy fan. I listen to Bam Bam a lot. But honestly, I haven't listened to this one yet, their Adventure Zone podcast, because I'm not really a big D&D person. I think D&D is cool, but I've never really played it too much. So I'm not really sure where this particular volume fits in with their overall storyline, but I figured I'll just pick this up, and that would be pretty cool. So got that. Next up was what prompted me to get on Book Outlet, which was I got a notification that some of their paper mill press, the really nice volumes of classics, were half off. So I decided to pick up a couple because, do I want to pay half off for really nice volumes of books? Yes, I do. I did see a couple that I do own, but I try not to buy more than one copy of a book if I already have it, unless there's special significance to it. Like Harry Potter, I have the originals and the illustrated versions. So I even as much as it pained me, I did not get the really nice version of Pride and Prejudice because I own Pride and Prejudice already. So instead I picked up The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I have read this before. I read this for AP English, I believe, back in high school, and I really liked it. So I got this really, really nice version of it, so that's really exciting. And then the other two books I got were, first up, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and I actually have never read this. I know one of her other famous ones is, I believe, The Little Princess, and I have not read either of those. I have probably seen every single movie adaptation of those, of the two books, especially this one, but I have never actually sat down and read it, so this would be pretty cool to actually read this. And then the last one I got, which I'm pretty excited about, is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. I have mixed feelings about Jules Verne. Like I said, I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, and Doc Brown's favorite author of all time is Jules Verne. It inspired him to become a scientist. So I'd always wanted to like read his works. I still haven't read Journey from the Earth to the Moon. I still haven't read that, but I have always loved Around the World in 80 Days since I was a kid. This past year I just recently read Journey to the Center of the Earth, and unfortunately I did not like it really at all. I didn't really like the narrator, which made it really hard to get through the book. So I'm really hoping that this one is going to be much better. I do know a little bit about what happens. There's like Captain Nemo, I believe, and I do know a little bit more about this. Not so much in the like story line, but I think a couple of the characters are in a graphic novel that I read a few years ago, so I am pretty interested in that. But yeah, I grabbed a copy of this, and it's really pretty, and I'm pretty excited to be reading this soon too. So more books to add to my ridiculous TBR. And yeah, so that is my book haul of Loverly Books. Pretty good overall. Pretty excited about everything that's in here. And that's more to be reading. So, yay!